Welcome back to the channel, you Kookz. Today we're going to show you how to put a shelf in your van because we've grown to the size of our fishbowl. I've already made modifications here for all of my books.
For our van library.
Necessary.
And also we've built the rack on the roof and it is filling up. The real estate is vanishing there. And so we're going to add a small upper shelf. It's going to be open to put some things in here. So it's just going to run the length of the van and we're going to get into it right now.
The length of the van?
Okay, so we wanted to put the shelf here. I said the length of the van and Danny didn't like that.
I'm just scared he's going to hit his head when he sits up. That's his side, so he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, but we're just thinking small, like 2 or 3 inch, just to put some vitamins and books and more books in. And so we're going to figure out that. So that's going to be step 1, is just kind of draw it all out and design a template so you can get going on it. We got some rough drawings here, and now we're just trying to decide like our dimensions for the shelf. So I just got some things that we would be putting in there, maybe some jars. So we're thinking like how big of the space we need it to like actually get it in. Now we're just doing a bunch of measurements to see exactly how we need this.
Step 2 for scribing, what you're going to want to do is create a template. And if you just get a piece of cardboard, you'll start there and you'll hold the pen like this and keep it on the wall and just drag it down, keeping your hand the same. And that'll give you the curve that you want. Then you just cut down your line. All right, so that pretty much gave us the curve of the van there. Now we have to just get this top one closer. I used this pre-cut edge because I thought it kind of looked pretty close to the van, but it's a little off. So what I'm gonna do is take a piece of straight cardboard and hold it up to the back, and I'm going to tape that and then cut this off here so that I know my angle and create a new template to put this onto. Check it again. Is that good enough for you, Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay, now that we have the template taped off for the new template, I'm going to start tracing it onto a new piece of cardboard. Then you're going to want to cut out your new template that you made and see if it works. After you're done cutting it out, you're going to check it, and if you like it and you don't have much air on each side, you're going to put it on a RAM board or an MDF board. So if you notice when I was cutting on the bandsaw, I left quite a bit of space between the line and my cut so that I could take it over to the belt sander and sand it down straight to the line so we get a real clean edge with no air gaps from little squiggles from the blade. But if you don't have a bandsaw, which you might not, you can always use a jigsaw, and then you can use a circular sander if you have one of those and don't have a belt sander, or you can, they have handheld belt sanders, or you just gotta be good on the jig. So this is after the belt sander, and we've taken down all of our lines and we have no air gap. So I think we're happy with that, right, Kev?
Yeah, we're happy.
So our template is working, and we're going to transfer this onto a 1/2 inch ply, and let's start building.
So we got our sides nicely scribed out. They look good. And now we're just deciding how far we want this shelf to go. And then we're going to measure the base, and then we'll measure the top, and then we'll start putting this thing together. Okay, so this is going to be the bottom of the shelf, and then it's going to attach here, and then now we're going to cut a short front just all the way along the front here.
Out of the same material. So now that you know that your front piece is going to go to the outsides, your nailer piece and your bottom piece are going to go to the insides of your 2 sides. So what you're gonna, a quick trick that Ethan showed us is if you stack these 2, you can subtract their total measurement from your inside pieces that you need. So we're at 34 3/4 for the outside measurement. And what we're going to get is 33 13/16 for our inside measurements. And then we're going to take these over to the chop saw. We're going to measure them at 33 and 13/16, and we're going to chop them together so that we spend less time at the chop saw, and so they're exact. So now everything's cut and it works through the mock-up, and what we're going to do is sand it, and then we're going to stain it and put it together and install it. So now we're going to put it together after we've sanded it, and we're going to use Rue Glue and some pin nails. And what you're going to want to remember to do, it's really important to always put your inside pieces together first. Don't ever put your outside pieces together. Like if this is our outside, we would never want to put this on first, because if we get it too tight, then we're really squeezing our inside pieces in there, so you don't want to do that.
It's doing its purpose. We're really excited, actually.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. So right now I'm using a polyurethane water-based paint just to seal it off. It's gonna be a clear coat.
So we got it in place. We like how it looks. I went ahead and pre-drilled across the nailer, and now we're just going to take our quick screws and put in 4 screws here, and these screws are going into the framing behind the van. So if you are curious on how the van is framed, we have a great video on how to build the entire van. We're going to link it up here, and now we're going to install. All right, we got our small little shelf installed. It's got the screws on the top there. The paint looks nice. We're very happy with the finish, and yeah.
I didn't want it, but I kind of like it now. Want to see what else I did? Let's show them what else I did.
Oh yeah, we did some other. So next to our library.
So this used to all just be open. There's like cubbies going here, and we have grown to the size of our fishbowl again, and we have a lot of books, and I like to reread a lot of the books that I read. So we're keeping those. And then I also made one of these, like I just had something go across so that we could hang our climbing shoes along the top.
So we finished the shelf. We really like how it looks. We showed you how to go from step 1 to a finished product. And if you're looking for any other ways to pimp out your van, you should check out our website. It's vankookz.com. And also we have tons of videos about how to van life stuff. So check that out, like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next week.